I try to not go any. I live with him. Do I have to come out here with him too?
Well, that's just like today. She's supposed to go over to a deal, and she goes,
I have a doctor's appointment.
Doctor's appointment. I go, aren't you going with me? I go, we are together all the time.
Building rural wealth. Nice to see you both, too, by the way.
Thank you. Well, you as well.
So this is one, when I saw the title of our topic today, I was like, yeah, scary surprises in retirement. I don't think we really want to have those scary surprises.
No, we're trying to avoid those if we can. But.
Set this up for me here.
Well, it is Halloween season. I mean, it's just, a couple of weeks away here. Mm-hmm. And lots of ghosts, goblins, and haunted houses. But the real fright for retirees can often come from unexpected financial surprises. And so we want to avoid those if we can. And sometimes the scariest retirement surprises aren't from spooky movies. They're from the mailbox or medical bills. The good news is, while you can't eliminate every surprise, you can prepare for them. So we're going to walk through some of the biggest retirement scares, some of those things from health costs to taxes, and how, thoughtful planning can make them oftentimes less frightening.
All right. So health care and long-term care. So we've talked about this, Denise, a few times.
I feel like I'm a broken record.
But it's so important, though.
It is. And I'm also going to say this. Especially this year, your plans, your supplements, your advantage plans, all that kind of stuff, especially this year. This is a big swing change year.
Okay.
And you really do need to talk to somebody that you know and you trust about Medicare decisions, because Medicare does not cover everything.
Okay.
And Medicare is not free. Okay? That's the other misconception.
It's not free.
No, Medicare is not free. Part A of Medicare is free if you've worked 40 quarters.
Mm-hmm.
Part B of Medicare for 2026 is going to go up to $206.50 a month.
Oh,
for the base.
For the base.
Okay.
That's just the base to have Parts A and B.
Okay.
Then if you have a supplement, that's another cost. And it used to be that there were Medicare Advantage plans that had $0 premiums. And unfortunately, in the area where we live, those plans are becoming fewer and further in between.
Uh-huh.
So it is not free. I can't stress that enough. And basically, you can drain your savings, not only with your medical expenses, but if you have to have some long-term care.
Yes. Well, the good news, though, is there are no taxes in retirement, Dan.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Well, Aaron, I hate to tell you, but you're in for a scary surprise if that is your assumption.
Okay.
Because oftentimes people do kind of assume that their taxes are going to go down in retirement because they've quit working, and so they're not, don't have as much earned income. But what the scary surprise is that oftentimes folks have saved in tax-deferred, retirement accounts, which is great, but those things such as required minimum distributions, there's something we've got to plan for. We've sat across from people over the years who thought retirement meant automatically dropping into a lower tax bracket, but then their RMDs did kick in, and it took them up again. It had that multiplier effect. It kicked in, and their income was higher than expected. They had to pay that penalty on their Medicare Part D premium. Part of their Social Security bills now became taxable. So again, you need to be very aware of that and try to avoid that scary surprise of having taxes much higher than you anticipate in retirement.
One of the other things that you deal with, and we've talked about in the past, is inflation, but also market volatility.
I mean, inflation's always been with us. It's going to ride up. At different times, it's increased at different levels, and but you need to have a growth strategy in your portfolio and your savings to make sure and try to make sure that you keep your assets and things over the long term outpacing inflation, so you don't lose that purchasing power.
Lifestyle and family surprises, Denise.
Oh my gosh, some of the scary surprises that crop up are your kids.
Uh-huh.
Maybe your kids need a little financial help.
Yeah.
And maybe you're able to do that. Maybe you're not able to do that. But that's usually something that you don't necessarily plan on.
So lifestyle and family surprises. That's one of those that most likely there will
But,
be something
I
there.
think the other thing I didn't even talk about was setting boundaries, which is something you should do with your kids and your adult parents, because that's another thing we didn't talk about. That can be a scary surprise. If your adult parents can't make can't make a house payment or make their Medicare payment or
Yep.
whatever, those are things that are going to come up. Trying to plan for those contingencies is huge to alleviate some of those scary
Absolutely.
situations.
What about estate and legacy? What are we talking about there, Dan?
Well, this goes right along with what Denise just said about setting the boundaries. I will tell you, unfortunately, in our business, I have, in the time that I've been doing this, I've seen a couple different situations where, everybody loves their kids and they want to take care of their kids. They want to provide for them now. They want to provide for them in the future. But I have unfortunately seen situations where, they had some spendthrift kids and they've tried to help them. And now there's nothing left for them or to help them in the future. And they've wrecked a portion of their estate severely because of that, because of the no boundaries.
So let's recap those scary surprises.
Well, again, healthcare and long-term care.
Healthcare and long-term
I mean,
care.
that's a big one that nobody,
Nobody
likes.
likes to talk about.
Taxes, of course, Uncle Sam's always waiting out there.
There
right?
this whole time.
Death and taxes.
I've been
isn't
thinking
that-
this whole time. Your retired taxes go away.
Yeah. And again, remember, inflation is going to be there. The markets, we don't have a lot of control over that. But something that we do have control over is our lifestyle and any family surprises and planning. Now, the family surprises, we can control those by planning as much as we can. Now, we all know that situations happen. Somebody, passes away prematurely. There's a divorce. There's a death. There's a whatever. But, the scary part isn't the unknown. It's being unprepared.